Look at it, light warriors. Isn't it magnificent? We're out here in the freezing cold after a blizzard to understand and overstand the healing and the upgrades that are going on right now. We're all healing trauma and we're all upgrading to our new lives. So we're out here in the light of Christ to understand all of the upgrades and the trauma healing that's going on inside of all of us so that we can all begin a new path for our everyday lives. Hello everyone, I am Michael and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey. What a better time to discuss upgrades and healing trauma than out in the frozen tundra, the frozen lake, the frozen hike. And today I'm out here because I went through some trauma, and you might be going through trauma right now, and you might be feeling alone in the world right now because you're only seeing the small picture and you're not seeing the bigger picture. So Uncle Mike is out here in the freezing cold to share with you many stories that are going to help you through this time period. And you know, we don't see the big picture. We're only looking maybe in our surroundings that are so close. We might be only looking at the television. They paint a lot of gloom and doom on the television, but we're not seeing the bigger picture. So just like today, right? We had a massive blizzard come in the other day, and you know, hopefully I was saying, you know what, maybe the plows came through, the salters came, and I would be able to venture out and come out into nature. But you know, I, just like many of you, might be afraid of driving in the snow and in the ice, you know. So just getting ready to go, I said, I can't sit inside anymore. I need to come out in nature and commune with God. I need to get out here and feel right. So even though I could say I could be afraid and I could stay inside another day, right? Stay in the box another day. But I said, no, I'm going out today. And you know, they might say, oh, it's dangerous out. And you might just walk out your door and look at your close surroundings and it might seem dangerous. So for those of you that live maybe in places where they do plow, I know some of you might not be able to resonate with this, or maybe you lived where there was snow years ago. They don't tend to plow and salt the side streets as much as they plow and salt the main streets and the highway. So, you know, when I started venturing out and going a few blocks, I was very scared. I was a little nervous. What's going to happen? It seems very treacherous right now. But then once I got onto the main road and the highways, everything was crystal clear, and I made it to my destination that I had to come today. So, you know, that's what's happening in the world right now. We might see, and it might seem so dark right now, but it's going to open up and it's going to be clear. And we're all healing traumas that we have, you know. Like when I was younger, I didn't fare so well in the cold and in icy conditions. So, you know, we all carry a lot of trauma from our past. We all carry family trauma. Maybe your mother says, you know, don't go out in the cold, right? Stay home, don't go out. And, you know, we carry that family trauma of fear within us as well. And maybe some of you resonate with that, right? Or sometimes you make a decision, and then when you're making the decision, you might say to yourself, oh, but what would my parents think, or something like that, right? So especially if you fail. But we have to move forward during this time period without fear, because that's the only way we're going to expand to a new world, is moving forward without fear. And, you know, we're all activating new energies. We're becoming more empathic. And, you know, when we're having all these upgrades, everything's like all over the place, right? And we need to fine tune our energies. I'm going through a massive upgrade, just like many of you are. And it's not easy. And I'm thinking to myself, why am I getting this right now? It's actually worse than it was before. I just want to go back to the way I was. You know, I'm feeling like it's worse right now, right? I think it's worse. So, you know, Uncle Mike has a story to share with all of you. And it's recently, not too long ago on my journey, I had to get new windshield wipers. But make a long story short, I went to the store and they tried to bang me out for like over $75, maybe close to $80 for windshield wipers. I put it down and I walked right out. And I said, I'm gonna order windshield wipers, get them for like a fourth of the price. And, you know, they're gonna order and I'm gonna install them myself. You know, and that's what I do. And don't be afraid to do that, Light Warriors. When you're being taken advantage, just a little tip, right? Don't be afraid to put it down and walk out the store. That's what I do. If you do that too, let me know in the comments. But a long story short, so I never had these windshield wipers before. I saw the reviews. They said they're just as good as these super expensive windshield wipers that they try to pawn off you. And, you know, so I install them, put them on, and then I start using them. And I said, what's going on? They were terrible. And it wasn't even doing anything. Like the broken old windshield wipers were doing a better job than these brand new windshield wipers that I just bought. And, you know, again, it's the first thing. And, you know, some of us are doo-doo-doo, right? That's what we do. But I'm like, why is this happening? There's got to be something wrong. And it's just slopping everything all over the place. But I didn't realize, right? My windshield wipers weren't fine-tuned. They were something that was brand new. And I wasn't really focusing on what needed to be done. And there was these little guards that were on the windshield wiper to keep the blades nice. And I forgot to take those little guards off. So I took the guards off and now it works beautiful on my windshield. And I saved, you know, a lot of money at that time, you know, and not spending $80 for windshield wipers. And I did it myself. But I had this upgrade to a new windshield wiper, and my old windshield wipers weren't doing so good. You can't see clearly through your windshield, right? You need to be able to see clearly. So I had this upgrade, but it wasn't good right away. It was all foggy, it was all over the place. And then I fine-tuned the windshield wipers, and then I could see clearly. And there's a moral to this story. As we are upgrading right now, as we're upgrading, we're getting something new. And it might not be so great. Might not be so great. But when we fine-tune ourselves, then we're unlocking our true power, our true potential. And that's where we need to really focus on, that it's not going to be perfect at first. It's not going to be perfect at first. And that's where we are right now. Like, our energy is all over the place right now. Many of you are feeling this. We're getting these upgrades, we're getting these activations, and we're saying, what the heck's going on? It's actually worse. But just like the windshield wipers, we just need to fine tune it just a little bit. And then we're gonna be able to see clearly and be able to utilize our new gifts and our new abilities. So, you know, think about all of these concepts when it comes to weather and coming out in nature. Here we are, Light Warriors. Ain't it beautiful? Ain't it beautiful? Let's take a look around. We're out in the snow and we could see all the beauty. Doesn't always have to be super warm. Doesn't always have to be by the beach, but there's different places, and each place around the world has its own beauty and it has its own activations. So get out in the snow. If you're by the snow, I'd much rather be by the beach. I'd rather be in the warmth, but I still do this. I still get out in nature. You're still getting what you need from nature, being out in these beautiful locations. So as my Nana once said, there's a time for this and a time for that. So right now is a time to reflect in the cold. It's quiet here. No one here. A lot of people don't come in the cold, right? Sometimes you need to be comfortable when you're uncomfortable. And that's the time period that we're in right now. So you might be healing trauma. And, I did that today, going out when, I thought it was going to be maybe too icy. So we have to push through our fear. We push through our family trauma. We push through the trauma of our past. And also think about the timeline that we're going on right now. So many people are talking about how it's going to be so beautiful. A new earth, a 5D earth. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, right? I thought it was going to be so great. And everything's crazy right now. It's kind of hard. But that's what this day shows us, right? You go on your journey in the first couple of blocks, right? On the side streets, it's all sloppy, right? It might be a little slippery. But then when you get to the main road, it's nice and clear. And then after you pushed through, right? Look at what you get. This is what you get, light warriors. This is what you get. You push through and you're able to experience something wonderful. And that's what I'm out here to tell you all. Just keep going. Hang on for just one more day. I shared that with you a long time ago. This is the event. And don't you want to see the new earth? Don't you want to see it? And I know many people are dealing with depression. I know a lot of people are dealing with anxiety. But just hang on for just one more day so that you can see what we've all been waiting for. We've all been waiting for it, light warriors. We're all waiting for it. And this is the shift that we're going through. So as we're going through those first couple of streets, it could be scary, but then it's going to open up. It's going to be open roads. Roads are going to be salted, nice and salt. The salt of the earth, light warriors. See, the salt of the earth comes through again. You need the salt of the earth. But, you utilize these stories today to understand what's happening in the world, where we're going, and navigate this time period. So, there's a lot of trauma that's being healed. There's a lot of upgrades. It comes hand in hand because we're releasing all this trauma. And when you release all of these built up energies, you make room for new ones. And now everything is going online. We're picking up on all these things, right? I'm feeling things that I've never felt before. I feel everything, light warriors. And it ain't easy, especially where I live. It ain't easy. I feel everything. And only maybe some of you understand and overstand what I'm talking about right now. But when you activate everything, and you start to feel everything around you, it ain't easy. That's why I have to come out in isolation, because I'm feeling things that I've never felt before. It's like everything is so intense, sensitive to everything. So take the time to focus on the new earth, our journey, the new path, and we're all going to make it. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. And let me know in the comments, are you feeling these energies right now? Are you feeling the change inside of you? Are you feeling the fear of starting off on a new path? Are you feeling that you've activated some new powers that you have no idea what the heck's going on? It's all over the place. It's kind of like those windshield wipers, slopping all the water all over the place, and then you realize you got to take the protectors off the windshield wiper. It's true. I do silly things sometimes myself, light warriors. But then we fine tune it, and then you have a beautiful, clear picture. And you need, just like how you have to drive with a clean windshield, you want to see clearly where you're going. We need to have the open third eye. the pineal gland and be able to see clearly. You can see everything. You can see the new earth. You can see your brothers and sisters. You can see the light warriors. And you could also spot out satanic trash. You could see them. You could see them. You could see them, light warriors. You could see it all. And everything comes in many forms. So don't judge a book by its cover. I'm sure you've all heard that for many years, right? Some of your greatest teachers have taught you that, right? Don't judge a book by its cover, but don't look at things, right? Don't look at light warriors. See through. The greatest teacher of our everyday lives. Don't look at light warriors. See through. As Dr. Bruce Lipton said, language was designed to hide feelings. All animals are able to pick up on vibration and frequency. The lion and the gazelle are out in the plains, and the gazelle doesn't have to go over to the lion and say, "Are you my friend?" It knows, and it gets away from the lion, light warriors. All animals are able to pick up on vibration and frequency. And now, we are activated. And 144,000 will be able to see clearly. Remember, we cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious of activations, healing trauma, seeing clearly as we go on our path to the new earth. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. Find us in the 5th dimension. Have a wonderful day living your everyday life. So, hang in there, kid. Uncle Mike's gonna get you through. So we're just going through the snow, and we're just going on a hike, and we're just visiting one of our favorite spots in a different condition, right? We could go to these places, and then we could see them, and we could see it all frozen over. And it's a totally different experience. I've been here before, you all know that, but it's a totally different experience when it's all frozen. So, take it all in, light warriors. Take it all in. Share this message on all platforms. Leave your comments. Are you feeling the shift right now? Are you feeling the shift to the new earth? The matrix is falling, and this is the rise of the light of Christ. And so it is. I am the defender of our everyday lives. Always and forever. Victory of the light. I'm getting used to the cold, light warriors. I'm getting used to it, right? Toughen you up. It toughens you up. And now we're all toughened up. We're actually training for life. Because life ain't easy, kid. Just keep going. And so it is.